Yesterday, as thousands of mourners gathered at Kasarani waiting for the body of Raila Odinga, Kenyans witnessed something we never imagined. Our own police tear gassing and shooting at unarmed citizens, and in the middle of the chaos stood a confused cabinet secretary, pacing helplessly, shouting orders that no one even seemed to follow. These videos of Murkomen capture everything that is wrong with this government. There is panic, confusion, no command, and absolutely no control. This is a man who only a few months ago told the police to shoot on sight. Actually, let's refresh our memory because I say the internet never forgets. Let's watch this clip together.
Na tumeambia polisi, mtu yoyote mwenye atakaribia police station, piga yeye risasi. Mtu yoyote.
Yep, that is Murkomen there defending the very actions that we saw unleashed yesterday in Kasarani. And yet, when the bullets started flying, he was suddenly the voice of the people, pleading with officers to stop shooting. But the question is, who listens to you when you've already told them that gun is the only language of order? Now, let's talk about what should have happened. When Raila Odinga died, the enigma, someone who moved this nation, the government should have immediately gone into full crisis preparedness mode. Honestly, you do not need a PhD in security or whatever to know that Raila's death would definitely draw millions of emotional supporters from across the country. This was predictable and this was very obvious. The Ministry of Interior should have treated that moment as a national security operation, not a routine event. And I'm gonna tell you what I know. Maybe they did, but they did not do it to the extent that it should have been done. I'm not sure if they called an emergency national meeting. And this means they should have sat down with the Inspector General of Police, the head of intelligence, the Nairobi regional commander, and event planners to map out minute by minute what the next 72 hours would look like, from when the body lands to the airport, to how crowds enter and exit the stadium, to where ambulances and medics would be stationed. Was that too hard? Number two, they should have deployed the right kind of police unit, because this was not a riot. This is a memorial. People are mourning. You bring in crowd management officers trained in empathy, right? They should have empathy. They should know how to communicate and non-lethal response. You don't bring anti-riot squads armed with live bullets and tear gas, because when you do that, you are creating chaos. What you should have done is create barriers, where you have safe exits and clear communication channels to prevent panic. And then number three, please talk to the people, communicate clearly and early, tell the public where the viewing will take place, what time gates open, what security checks to expect, and how long it will run. That single act of transparency could have saved lives, by reducing confusion and anxiety. But none of that happened. Instead, this man who is supposed to be in charge of internal security, this cabinet secretary, you saw him flying to India. Why did Murkomen go to India? Why are you going to India? When the next decisions definitely depend on you to make the right choices. Why were you in India? You have Murkomen in India. I mean, you should have actually had Akina Musalia Mudavadi and the rest of the people going to India and you making sure that on the ground, vitu ziko sawa. But you go to India and then you come back just in time to witness a disaster. This is actually a disaster of your own making. By the time you are pacing around Kasarani, shouting at police to stop shooting, it's already too late. The damage had already been done. Because guys, we have to be honest. Leadership is not about showing up after chaos. It's about preventing it in the first place. Kenyans, we've normalized getting the bare minimum. That is the work of a cabinet secretary, to make sure that even though this has happened, maybe no one prepared for it to happen, but what are we going to do to make sure that even the mourners are safe when they are doing this, right? And then I know someone will watch me and say, but Lynn, the crowd was rowdy. Please, let us be honest. Of course, emotions were high. Emotions are still high. Raila Odinga was not just another politician. To many people, Raila Odinga was a symbol of hope, a father figure in politics, the father of democracy, the man who taught an entire generation that power can be challenged. So yes, when such a man dies, emotions are not going to just be, should I cry or should I not? The emotions are going to be raw. But just because people are mourning the best way they know how, or the best way they do it per their culture, does not make those people criminals. These people were just mourning. They were not armed. They were not violent. They were simply heartbroken. They are witnessing the end of their hero. And even then, let's remember, it wasn't the mourners who changed plans. It was the government, right? Originally, Kenyans were told the body would lie where? In Parliament, right? And people went there. We have footages of people who were there. They were not chaotic. They were just mourning, you know, grabbing into the leaves and all those things, whatever it is that they know, this is how we do it, right? Then suddenly the plan changed. The viewing was moved to Kasarani Stadium. No proper explanation, no proper communication, just we've changed plans. Move from Parliament to where? To Kasarani. Confusion, chaos, and long hours of waiting, you know? So what did you expect when you did that? You can't change logistics at the last minute and then blame the public for reacting. And then you say they are rowdy, they are indisciplined. No, that is poor planning, and that is something you should have stayed here and done. Because you are the cabinet secretary. And the truth is, no matter how we try to phrase this script right now, the crowd did not fail the government. The government failed the crowd. It failed to anticipate the size, the emotion, the grief. And instead of compassion, it is responding with tear gas and bullets, live bullets. And that is why this is not just about Raila's supporters. This is about every Kenyan who has ever lost someone and understands what grief looks like or feels like. Because now, surely Kenyans, surely if we start justifying the shooting of mourners because they were rowdy, because they, even so, a very pathetic comment of someone who said, no one forced them to go at the stadium, they should have stayed at home. Are you the one grieving? Are you the one grieving? Are you the one? Like, are you actually the one feeling the pain? Can we let people grieve the way they need to grieve? When you say, look at them, how rowdy they are, please, what are you saying? When we start justifying shooting of mourners, when we start justifying shooting of protesters, when we start justifying shooting of innocent Kenyans who are not even armed, definitely we have lost our soul as a nation. Those people who are out there justifying this because this crowd is rowdy, these people are rowdy, please just stop. I'm sure if you lose someone that meant something really strong to you or something worth to you, we won't come and judge you based on how you mourn. I don't know if you guys get it. Because you saw Kasarani, tear gas, people running. Manze, mume confuse watu from Parliament to Kasarani. And then you are just there firing live bullets. Why do you gotta fire live bullets? And then you have your CS there. Stop shooting, stop shooting. You told them to shoot. These mourners are not terrorists. These are not protesters even. They are not even protesters. These are mourners. Mourners mourning the passing of an incredible man in our society. Now, a question every Kenyan should start asking right now. And these things we will revisit. We will revisit after Sunday. Who are these police officers? Who trained them? Who gave the order to fire? And who will take responsibility for the lives lost? Because this is not just about one officer pulling a trigger. It is about a system that keeps rewarding violence with silence. A system where police are told to maintain order, but never taught how to respect life. And a government that will now come and say, we will investigate. But we all know the investigations never end. Never end. Let me play you this video by Larry Mado, so that you guys, you can see the way these guys were firing. And then you still have citizens who want to justify they were not firing at the people. Did you see goats there? Did you see cockroaches there? Did you actually not see those who are people? Watch this video and then you tell me, kwani, who are they firing at? Who are they firing at? Huh? Let us watch it together. Yeah, you've seen that. How does a country reach this point where police are busy shooting at people who are just carrying leaves and mourning and screaming and crying? How do we justify such brutality in the name of control? When did mourning become a threat to national security? Which national security are you telling us about? Anyways, the most hurtful part is we might never even get to know the names of the men who were shot yesterday. Their faces will definitely or might never even appear on TV. But what we cannot afford to do is normalize this. Because if we don't speak now, tomorrow it will happen again. And then it could be someone you love. And that is why we also cannot normalize making such stupid comments like, what were they going to do in Kasarani? Did we not see Bonnie just the other day being shot and he was just carrying masks? Why do we act as if they went for it? Kwani, what is the work of the police? It's to protect first, not to take life. This is extrajudicial violence against grief itself. And the fact that it is happening during the mourning of one of Kenya's greatest sons, it should definitely haunt this nation. What a shame that even in death, Raila's supporters could not mourn in peace. Let us stop pretending that this is normal. It is not normal for police to shoot mourners, and not just mourners, for police to shoot its citizens. It is not normal. It is not normal for government officials to panic in their own chaos. How are you going to panic in the chaos you created yourself? How are you going to panic moving there like you want to start running in a marathon, telling police, ulikuwa unafanya nini India? Si ulikuwa unafaa ukae hapa upange hii kitu ipangike? Ama what is the work of a cabinet secretary? You people, we have normalized having mediocre people in power. Na sasa kama ni vitu zitokee zingine 10 saa hii. Okay, we are mourning Raila, and then other 9 things happen. Look at how disorganized people can be. Let us actually stop normalizing having people in power who are not even capable of doing their jobs. It is not normal for families to lose their loved ones when they are mourning. And then we will be told next week we will investigate. No, we cannot keep doing this to ourselves. It's a shame. It's a shame that we've lost, some of reports are saying 3, others are saying 4. But the big question should be, why did you open fire in the first place? Nini hapo ilikuwa inatisha watu? Like, what was there that intimidated you so much that you went ahead and started shooting the way you shot yesterday? Shame on you. Shame on you. It's 72 hours, but 72 hours that you should have actually planned. And this is now where your incompetence gets exposed to the public. Because even now the public can see, ni nani sasa yeye ndio cabinet secretary, ni nani. Anyway, pass me my phone. I want to read a few comments from you guys on X, and then we wind it up. 254 Ally, he said, micromanagers at the top will always make work hard for the fella at the bottom. I said it once, all dockets with disciplined forces should be led by veterans, not these power-hungry raia who go for optics and forget SOPs. Bishop said, he was to organize proper security briefings, but instead he went to take photos to and from India. Nonsense. As Sitati said, where were or are the commanding officers to warrant a whole CS to aimlessly move around to control chaos? Professional crowd control is a big challenge for the police. Worse still, the Security Council seems lost with a zero sense of situational awareness. And lastly, James said, everyone who creates a monster thinks he can tame it until the reality hits them. Those cops are shooting at unarmed mourners. I counted almost 100 rounds go off at Kasarani. You think you will point from the VIP and then they will listen. Keep feeding the beast and it will eat you too. Yeah, Murkomen. Keep telling them how they can shoot and kill. Shoot. You have shoot. Keep telling them. No, you can't tame them. You can't tame them. It's such a shame. We lost Baba already. We shouldn't even be saying 4 more are gone. It's such a shame. It's such a shame that this is exposing how even these so-called CS are so unprepared in moments of chaos. They are so unprepared. So unprepared. So unprepared. And then they will introduce here laws and they will sign laws, cybercrime, whatever. And then when you talk about such things, they will call it national security or whatever. No, it is so unfair that we lost those lives. At a time like this, we shouldn't even be able to lose another person. That loss itself is already heavy on so many people. And I know we are from different cultures. And I think this is the time where we say, let people mourn how they should mourn. Stop dictating how you want people to mourn. The aesthetics, there are no aesthetics around mourning. You want aesthetics. You want people to just stay in their house. When they die, you are going to ask, why are they in Kasarani? Why should they not be in Kasarani? Why should they not be mourning the way they are supposed to be mourning? That is the level of hypocrisy we need to deal with as Kenyans. The keyboard warriors who always feel like they know how things should be done. Are you the one experiencing grief? No, you are not. And by tweeting and actually supporting the death of these people, you are encouraging the government to keep doing what it's doing. You are encouraging these deaths. So it's not okay. It's not okay. But share your thoughts on the comment section and let me know what you feel. And thank you for watching this. And yeah, maybe we'll catch each other tomorrow. Yeah, that's it. Bye.